if we shortcut the steer on his time to finish on grasses, I don't care if we got good soil health and good diversity, we will still not have a very flavorful, nutrient-dense eating experience. Hey everyone, this is Preston with Better Pastures Farm. So today I want to talk about grass-finished beef. There are three big factors that affect grass-finished beef. And number one is soil health. Number two is plant species diversity. And number three is animal finish. We got to have all three to make a very flavorful eating experience. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Number one, soil health. So we got to have healthy soil to grow high nutrient dense grasses. And healthy soil also reverts to high diversity. If you have really healthy soil, you usually have a diversity of plants that the animals can graze from. So why soil health? So there's a few reasons, like wondering, well, what soil health has to do with raising grass-fed beef? Number one is good soil health will result in animals that don't struggle with diseases as bad. So that ties directly into raising grass-fed beef when you're talking about animals that perform and are not getting sick because of you got better soil health. So I think we should dive into number two. Number two is plant species diversity. Plant species diversity provides incredible flavor and perplexity in the meat. So that's why plant species diversity is so important, because we want that deep mineralization flavor in our meat. And with low soil health, you will have low diversity. So that's why these two principles go hand in hand. All right, so I want to talk about number three. We talked about soil health, plant species diversity. If we have both of these, we grow high nutrient dense grasses. So now we got to let the steer do its job, and that is to finish properly on these grasses. If we shortcut the steer on his time to finish on grasses, I don't care if we got good soil health and good diversity, we will still not have a very flavorful, nutrient-dense eating experience. So I'm going to show you guys some signs on one of these steers we got. He's pretty much there on what you should look for when you're trying to assess whether a steer is ready for finish or not. So these are the signs we want to look for. Number one, we want to look at his ribs. We want a good fat over his ribs. Even when he turns, we don't want to see any ribs on him. Number two, we want to look at his back there. We want that back to just round off. We don't want to see any sharp vertebrae coming up. We want to see a nice fat cover over his backbone. Number three, we want to look at his hook and pins. That's his hook, his pins down there. We want a nice rounded slope there. We don't want anything protruding out. And number four thing we want to look at is we want to look at his brisket. If you step over here, this is a nice looking steer. We want his brisket right there. We want it to be hanging low. We want it to look extended. You want it to look like you almost shoved a football right down there by his throat there. See how that's distended? It's got his legs widened out. He is looking really close. And our final check we will do is we'll right back here on his tail head. It's called poning. We want it to look like there's air pockets underneath that tail head. It's a big design whether he's ready. If you can see, he's got little pockets there that almost look like there's air underneath. Well, that pretty much wraps us up on our steer video, guys. This channel's for you. If you guys got any other topics that you want us to do a video on, please put that in the comments below. We want to help all those learn how to raise healthy, nutrient-dense meats. So we will see you guys on the next video. Hit that thumbs up and that subscribe, and thank you.